All right, it is Tuesday, and we have decided to stay, rather than stay at Lotus Creek, we're staying at Rosie Lane.
Yeah.
That's Rosie Lane, is where we're staying at on the Taylor River. So the Taylor River is directly down that way. This is a first come, first serve campground. It was completely filled, so we didn't get one that was right on the river. We had to get one that was off of the river. But we're just happy to be at this campground because we were able to get it booked for 5 nights.
Yeah, 5 nights.
5 nights. We're going to be here till Sunday, which is super awesome that we were able to do that. At Lotus Creek, we're only going to be able to be there for 3 days. If you didn't hear, today is Bacon Fest. So Jacob and I have decided to cook a ton of bacon today. Is what we're going to do. We're going to binge out on bacon. Anything you want to talk about the bacon, Jacob?
We have a lot of bacon.
Yeah.
You've got your bacon, I've got mine.
I'm going with the Hempler's Applewood smoked center cut bacon. Jacob's brand of bacon is the center cut private selection. Yeah, so we're giving our arteries a complete and total workout today by clogging them is what we're going to do. We got our tent all set up. Last night it snowed, so I'm glad that we stayed in the campground. Most of the snow is melted. But you can see we got our beds all set. We had to get an extra blanket because it's supposed to get really cold at night here. Tonight it's supposed to get down to the low 30s is what it's supposed to get down to tonight. But we're just gonna kind of chill for a little bit, maybe get some fishing in. Jacob wants to get some horseback riding in, so we found a ranch that has some horseback riding. All right, guys, it is Wednesday, and last night got super cold. Thank goodness for Walmart, because in Gunnison, I brought 2 blankets because I only had 1 blanket, and Jacob has a sleeping bag. I prefer to sleep in blankets, they're more comfortable and things like that on a trip like this. But we bought 2 fleece blankets, one for him and one for me. They were super big, and I know a lot of times you buy things at Walmart and you're like, the quality is horrible. It's just gonna last me a little bit of time. I know that one time I bought a shirt at Walmart and I like washed it and I dried it and it went from like a size XL to like a size medium. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hate Walmart clothing. I'm never gonna do it again. And I hate buying things at Walmart. I try to avoid Walmart at all cost. But in Gunnison, they had a Walmart, went there, got 2 fleece blankets. They're super huge, super big. And that did an amazing job last night at keeping me warm, even though it did get into like close to being 29 degrees in the low 30s. That little fleece blanket with another blanket on top was able to keep me relatively warm. So that's good. It's starting to warm up now. Yesterday, fishing wise, was terrible on the Taylor River. I know it was doing really good things. I know it was getting good drifts and things like that. The fish were not cooperating. Kind of lost my mojo a little bit as far as fishing is concerned, but hopefully things will turn around today and start getting some trout. We did go all the way up yesterday to the hog trough in the catch and release section of the Taylor River. It's kind of cool. It's not my cup of tea though. There's just like a lot of people bunched in a little area trying to fish for these sight fish for these really large trout and things like that. I prefer like the more solitude sections where there's less people and things like that. So today I'm going to start out fishing alone. Jacob kind of wants to get his reading on with the Kindle, and I'm going to fish alone on the Taylor River is what I'm going to do a little bit. Hopefully it will cooperate today and I'll be able to catch a fish or 2 out of the Taylor River. I really just want to catch a fish. I really want to land a fish, get it into the net, do that whole entire thing. On the San Juan, I lost a lot of fish and stuff like that. So hopefully Taylor will cooperate. I'm going to come back and get Jacob then a little bit later on, and then we're going to go down and we're going to fish the Gunnison a little bit, get him some practice at fishing the Gunnison, because we do have a guide trip scheduled for Friday. There we go. Woo! On the Taylor River, first fish. Looks like a rainbow. Fast water. Oh, it's a brown. Thank goodness. About time. Woo! Get him in here. Nice brown. There we go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Beginning not to have faith in myself when I finally caught a fish. Yes. All right, let's take a look at this guy. Took the caddis. That caddis that I tied the other day, took that one. There he is. It's a good fish. You can see it's a good brown. Nice fish. Pretty fish. Super happy. It's about time. I'm gonna let him go. But yeah. Yes, this is my happy face. That was awesome. So took the little caddis fly. I knew there had to be fish in here, gosh. But yeah, it feels good. I haven't caught a fish in a while, so I was beginning to question myself. But yeah, that was good. That's an icebreaker. Hopefully we can keep it going here on the Taylor River. It's super fast water, pocket water. No dry flies, just nymphing right now. Haven't seen any. They said there's caddis coming off, but it was really cold last night, so yeah, super cool. All right, we got Jacobs working on his roll cast. We're on the Gunnison. Just getting some practice in today on the Gunnison. It's a nice warm day. Gunnison's a little high. We're gonna be floating this river on Friday, so we're just getting some practice. We're gonna go take a look at the Black Canyon today as well. Side, yeah, there you go. Roll it out. A rainbow on the Gunnison. There we go. Little guy. There we go, buddy. Woo! You can see, there he is. It's a nice little fish. Nice rainbow. Pretty colors on him. Really pretty fish. Yeah, it's a nice fish. He took the patch rubber legs. I'm gonna let him go. It's a good fish, rainbow. Nice fish. Woo! All right, we've made it today to Black Canyon National Park of the Gunnison, so pretty cool. This is another national park that we wanted to see. Eventually, Jacob and I are going to hike down into the Black Canyon. Jacob's just a little bit too young to do it right now, so hopefully in a few years he'll be able to hike all the way down there and see it. But we got another national park underneath our belts with the Black Canyon. All right, good morning. It is Thursday and June, what is it? June what?
11?
I think it's June 11th, but it is Thursday. Our time here in Gunnison, and today is another bright, sunshiny day. Didn't get as cold last night as it did on Wednesday night, so that was nice. Although it did get into like the upper to mid 30s last night. Didn't get down in that low 30s into the 20s like it did the night before. This morning we have horseback riding, so we're going to do a little bit of horseback riding for about an hour, and then we're going to go back down and we're going to fish the Gunnison where we fished it yesterday. That really good water that we were in. Kind of funny, when I went to the fly shop to try to get some information and things like that, the one guy behind the counter is like, you can't fish the Gunnison, it's way too high and things like that. You're gonna have to float it if you want to fish the Gunnison. But yesterday we went down to the Gunnison, that section that we fished, it was high, but it was extremely fishable, and it was probably one of our more successful days as far as catching fish, although we only fished that area for like an hour and a half because yesterday we wanted to see the Black Canyon National Park, and we're able to get that in. It's kind of on our bucket list to be able to see all the national parks, and on this trip we'll take care of the Black Canyon, and we'll take care of Rocky Mountain National Park as well. This morning getting a little fly tying in is what I'm doing. So I got my little fly tying bench set up right here. I tend to bring my fly tying equipment on trips like this just because you never know what fish are going to be eating and things like that. And I sometimes find that when you buy flies from shops and things like that, some of them are made like cheaply. They don't put like a lot of lead weight on them, especially now. Like I need the fly that I'm using, I need it to like sink really quick, so I can kind of custom make my own flies so they're able to get down deeper and stuff like that. And that was true yesterday with those Marks Brown rubber legs that I was fishing. The store-bought ones that I had, they didn't have any weight on them, so they weren't sinking. When I switched to my version of it, we were starting to be able to catch fish on that version because I was able to get that fly down, is what I was able to do. So I'm going to tie some more Marks Brown rubber legs this morning, and then like I said, we're going to go horseback riding, and then we're going to fish the Gunnison today. Might get a little Taylor River action in tonight a little bit. Problem with the Taylor River is it's hard to wade. Like it's really fast water, and like you can spend like 4 hours and you haven't even gone 30 yards on the river fishing it, because it's kind of really rocky, really bouldery, really fast water terrain and things like that. I found the Gunnison to be a little bit easier to kind of walk around and move and cover more water that particular way. But we'll keep you posted. We'll let you know what's going on. If anything exciting happens, we will make sure that we document it for you. But this is a super cool experience. We're having a great time, and it was nice yesterday for the fishing to finally turn a little bit in our favor. I know on Wednesday I went through some tough times on trying to catch fish, and I know I was doing the right thing, fishing really good water, but I didn't even get a hit. So it's nice to get my confidence back in the fishing realm of things. Jacob's roll cast is getting a lot better, so that's pretty cool to be able to see that his roll cast is getting really good. All right, so we have arrived at Harmel's, which is the place we're going to do horseback riding here in just a little bit. Jacob, what are your major concerns about the horseback riding trip that you have? Do you have anything you would like to say about horseback riding?
We don't have cowboy hats.
Okay.
It makes us look stupid.
Okay. So you think that we don't look the part?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. My main concern is that hopefully they have a horse that's big enough for me. I'm rocking about 230 pounds right now, and hopefully the horse selection is good for me. They realize that I'm, a little bit heavier set, and I don't really want to hurt the horse that I'm getting on. So hopefully they don't give me a small horse to get on. It's only an hour, so we're gonna do this for an hour, but it's a new experience. I've ridden horses before. Jacob has some experience riding horses, so I shouldn't say that it's a new experience. Jacob, you've rode a horse for about 30 seconds, you said?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so he has about 30 seconds of being up on a horse. I have a lot more hours on a horse and things like that. Growing up as a kid, one of my friends had a horse, and we used to ride it all the time. So hopefully this brings back some good memories and we see some cool things today. So we have started our journey on the horses. I would like to introduce you to Heavy Metal. So that is the horse that I'm riding. He's super cool. He likes to eat from time to time. And Jacob has Bunny. And then the horse ahead of us with our guide is Spartacus. And then the horse behind us is...
This is TP.
TP. So yeah, Heavy Metal loves eating grasses and things like that. That's one of his skill sets. So he stops from time to time to eat. But I kind of have to like pull back on him from time to time, and I'm like, Heavy Metal, like now is not the time to eat. My wife does the same thing to me. She's like, Nick, you need to stop eating, and then she like pulls the food away from me. So I feel like I'm taking on that role now with Heavy Metal. Got a nice rainbow here, taking me downstream on the Gunnison. Feels like a decent fish. He came up once. See what we got. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Try to land him down here. Oh, he got off. That stinks. I gotta do a better job at landing fish. Dang it. Yeah, I have hooked some really big fish today, and for whatever reason I cannot land fish. I can hook them, I can fight them, but I cannot land them. I switched over to dry. That's the first one I got to take a dry. They've been hitting to dry. I think there's a little caddis coming off. That one took a stimulator, so hopefully the day continues to improve. I am hooking fish though, so I am hooking fish. That's just the landing part I gotta work at. But I switched over to dries, and yeah, just a little rainbow, took a stimulator. I thought it was a bigger fish. That's cool, I got him taking a dry. Got another rainbow to take the dry fly, pretty cool. Not a big fish. Took the stimulator. I might just switch to 2 attractor patterns. Is that a brown? Is that a brown trout? My first brown trout on the Gunnison? Let's see here. Looks like a brown. Come here, buddy. It's a decent little brown. Get out there. There we go. Cool.
This feels like a more decent fish. Took the attractor pattern, smacked it. Hope I don't lose this guy. I'm tired of losing big fish. That's a decent fish. I'm happy I can get these guys on dries. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Gunnison brown hitting the dry fly. Pretty little fish. Take another brown. Little guy. Took the caddis. I'll get him here. It's a pretty fish. Yeah, it's a nice little brown. Looking for a big boy to take it. There's a little guy. Took the caddis. Back there. All right. Nice little brown. Another one, tractor pattern. That's a good fish. That's probably my best fish I've landed all day. Is the, yeah, I'm happy with that fish. Took the tractor. Getting a lot of browns in this run, so yeah, it's super cool. I'm gonna let him go. Another little brown. Goddard caddis. The rainbow. It's a decent rainbow. Over here. Here, buddy. Took the caddis. That's my best rainbow of the day, I think. I hooked a really nice rainbow on a nymph, but so I switched over. I'm on that attractor pattern with a dropper. They're all hitting the dropper most of the time now. This looks like I think this is a rainbow. Yeah, this is a good rainbow. All right, so I got another little brown here. I'm just gonna let him go. So I switched over to, like I said earlier, I'm getting them mostly now. This is a nice rainbow. But I'm getting them mostly now on the dropper. So yeah, it's a decent fish right there. Yeah, I'm just happy that I'm able to get them on the dry fly earlier today. Now they switched over to the dropper, so I'm doing that stimulator with a caddis dropper off the back of it, and they're hitting that caddis dropper pretty regularly. This is my favorite thing to do, is to dry fly fish. So I love dry fly fishing for trout. So that's my favorite thing to do. Rainbows and browns, dry fly fishing is awesome. Number 2 would be king salmon fishing. So I love king salmon fishing. Then steelhead fishing is my 3rd favorite thing to do as far as fishing is concerned. And then smallmouth would be my next thing that I truly enjoy doing. Followed by interesting fact on Nick. He really enjoys water parks. So I really enjoy water parks as well. That's another thing that I like doing. Today is an incredible day of fishing on the Gunnison. It's one of my new favorite rivers. If this dry fly fishing picks up tomorrow, it's going to be amazing. But you can see there's nobody here. So I'm fishing this all by myself. And you say to yourself, wow, that's cool. You must have walked in, but I'm fishing right by the highway. So I'm fishing right by the highway. Some are wondering where Jacob is at today. Jacob got a little tired from yesterday. We did horseback riding this morning, so he was pretty wore out. He said he just want to stay at camp and read his Kindle, and I'm happy with that. If that's what he wants to do, I'm happy with him staying back there and reading his Kindle. I don't want to push him into fly fishing, so I don't be that parent that's like, you have to come with me, you have to go fly fishing. So we're just kind of easing our way into it. Plus tomorrow we're going to float the river, so that's pretty should be pretty cool. And that takes a lot out of a kid, is being in that boat all day, floating down the Gunnison. So I don't know how much longer I got fishing. If I hook another giant one, I'll probably get it on film, or try to. So I hooked those 2 fish I hooked earlier this morning were really big rainbows. I wish I had those fish back.